Are Seiko watches overrated in 2025? No matter where you are in your watch journey, you've probably come across a Seiko. And while a lot stand out, I own the Seiko 5 for a few months now, and I think it's an amazing watch. And I'll get to that in 2 seconds, but you might have clicked this video because you were wondering if Seiko is a good watch brand in 2025. And spoiler alert, I think it is, but with all the competition from micro brands and other brands like Orient and Citizen, we kind of need an updated status on where Seiko stands among them. So let's go over why I think Seiko is a great watch company in 2025. Now, before I can talk about what I think of the brand itself, I just want to talk about my foray into Seiko as a brand and my first watch from Seiko. This is my Seiko 5, and this watch is affordable, automatic, looks stylish, and is reliable. Specs wise, this watch has a case diameter of 37 millimeters, a thickness of 12 millimeters, and a band length of 19 centimeters. It also has a day date window at 3 o'clock, and it's the only day date in my collection. It's barely water resistant at 50 meters of resistance, but honestly, I don't really go swimming or wear my watch in the shower too often, so I'm not really worried about that. Moving on to the clasp, it has a deployment clasp, which is good. I like it in comparison to like my Omega watch, for example. It's not too finicky to put on. And I don't really have any hardcore criticisms of the clasp. In terms of the dial, I really like the black and white design, and I like how visible the watch is. It's very legible. I like the minutes around the dial as well, which really make it easier for me to tell time. And overall, it makes me love wearing this watch a little bit more. It's a skeleton caseback, which I was a little bit surprised about, again, for the money. And the movement that it houses is the Seiko Caliber 7S26, which offers a power reserve up to 40 hours. Honestly, that's pretty amazing since this thing only costs $175 US. The movement, while not the fanciest, is reliable, at least for me. Also, the use of PVD coated stainless steel provides a durable and scratch resistant finish. After wearing it for about 6 months, I don't really see any real scratches or anything like that. Again, the watch itself is very stylish to me, and I can wear it in any setting, whether I'm going to work or casually going grocery shopping. I feel comfortable enough to wear this watch, and it goes together with a lot of my outfits. With that being said though, the watch is not perfect. I've accepted that. In terms of how it looks on my wrist, it is 37 millimeters, like I said, so it looks a tad bit smaller than I like. And also in terms of the bracelet, it is a hair puller, so that's a little bit annoying, but I've gotten used to it. I don't wear it every day, but when I do, it makes me appreciate it in terms of the design and comfort level. And that really led me to look at the Seiko brand as a whole and what it really provides. Seiko watches age well and really wear comfortably. They're also not incredibly expensive, and I know this is relative and depends on your budget, but you could buy a decently affordable watch without really breaking the bank. My Seiko watch is a budget watch, and I've never had issues with the power reserve or it stopping randomly. This speaks to the fact that Seiko as a brand tends to pump out watches that last long and are relatively affordable. It's not like a premium watch brand. And that's why Seiko tends to be one of the first watches for a lot of people when they're getting into the incredibly addictive habit of watch collecting. Seriously, I bought like 6 watches when I first started, and I'm still going. Whether it's something classic like the Alpinist, a bold diver like the Turtle, or even the sleek Presage line, Seiko still knows how to design a versatile, well-balanced watch. Their catalog can be overwhelming, I will admit, but at the same time, they're able to really offer a watch at every category for a lot of people. Whatever your style or budget, there's a Seiko watch for you. Seiko watches are also quite durable in my experience. I've worn this watch to the office, grocery shopping, commuting, on flights, all that stuff, banged it up, and again, I don't really see a lot of scratches. The clasp itself, again, is not luxury, but it's holding up pretty well. It's the kind of watch that you can really wear daily and not really worry too much about how it's holding up. Durability is a big part of Seiko's DNA. Whether it's a humble Seiko 5 or a rugged Turtle diver, these watches are made to take a beating and keep ticking. Even when some components admittedly feel cheap, Seiko still somehow finds a way to build watches that last for years. And when you really think about it, that is why it's earned a cult following, because you can buy this watch now and have it for years to come. Going back to my watch and the movement inside, again, this watch costs $175. It's a good watch for those curious about mechanical watches and for those that want to step away from quartz for their own reasons. The movement looks smooth and kind of glides as time passes, and I really enjoy watching it tick in comparison to a quartz watch. This is not to get into a debate, but that's my honest opinion. And for this price, again, this movement is pretty solid. You could just set it, go, and not worry about it too much. Yes, it's not going to be perfect. It will be off by a couple of seconds because it is like an older movement, but at the same time, it hasn't really made me late for any meetings. And as much as it's old, it's still plenty reliable. If you have a job or any use for, high consistency precision, you can probably avoid the budget watches in general, including the Seiko watches. Seiko has been making their own movements for decades, and they still offer in-house calibers, even at entry-level prices, something that you almost never see anymore. Now, with that said, the competition has really stepped up. Micro brands are killing it with the creative design elements and features. Orient, a watch that I really do have my eyes on, still offers amazing value and is very similar in terms of the brand and what it offers to Seiko, especially considering Orient has in-house movements. And Citizen is also pushing forward with the EcoDrive and mechanical watches that are really underrated and not looked at enough. But even with all of that, Seiko still holds its own value within the watch community. It's not just what they make, it's how long they've been making it. There's a lot of history there, and if you appreciate history, which I think a lot of watch collectors do, then you will appreciate Seiko watches. So to answer the $1 million question, is Seiko still a good watch brand in 2025? Absolutely. They have some improvements to do, but they're still offering honest, stylish, and reliable watches for every single price point. It can be your first watch or your 100th, and Seiko will still have a watch for you. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know if you think that Seiko is actually a good brand or if I'm just overhyping it and it's really not that great. While you're there, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more watch content. I'll see you in the next one.